Hello and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the TEKS tool strip diagram. We are working with equal groups with a problem related to TEKS 5.3i, and we will solve it in 5 minutes or less. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a model here that is shaded to represent expression, and then we need to create an equation that represents this. So let's see what we have here. This is the key, but it's not part of the expression. So we basically just need to look at it and then kind of ignore it because what we really need to focus on is what's happening right here. All right, so one of these full bars, right, is going to be one whole. And you notice that one whole is broken up into 5 different parts, all right? So that would be one whole, or we could also say 5/5. Right? So we could use a strip diagram if we want to kind of help us figure out what we're doing with our equation here. So I've got how many groups? If we're going to count each of these as a group, okay? So we can say I've got 4 groups. So I'm going to draw a bar here, and that's going to represent 4 groups. And I'm just going to cut it in half and then cut each half in half. All right, so this is when we're dealing with our equal groups, I'm going to write number of groups, and that's 4. Since we're also dealing with equal groups, another equal because I have the same number in each group. Visually, I could see that I've got 3 of these bars shaded in each group. If it wasn't the same number in each group, then it couldn't be equal groups because you need to have the same number in each group. What we have here is we have the number in each group. Now, we could just say 3, but that wouldn't technically be correct because they're wanting us to view this as a fraction. Because you see my key here, the whole is split up into 5 parts. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I've got 1, 2, 3 out of 5. So each of these are going to represent 3/5. And so I'm going to write that 4 times because I've got 4 sets of 3/5. All right, so then the only thing I'm really missing here, I've got the number of groups, got the number in each group. What I need here is my total, right? That's going to be what's in that circled area. And so we could represent that with a bar up above, like this, and we can just put a question mark. All right, so there's our expression in the strip diagram. Now what we need to do is we can start building it. Now, you could write 4 times 3/5, or 3/5 times 4. You see how our answer is set up. We're going to have to put that 3/5 first, right? So we're going to choose a 3. If this were the star test, we would kind of drag that 3 over there. We're going to choose this 5. We're going to put it right here. And then we're going to choose that 4. We're going to put that right there. So I've got a 3/5 times 4. Now we actually have to figure this out. Now this is where it gets kind of interesting. So when we do a 3/5 times 4, there's a few different ways we can think about this. One would be simply repeated addition, because you notice I've got 3/5, 3/5, 3/5, 3/5. So one way to think about this would just be to add like this, 3/5 all the way across. Now when we add fractions, they need to be the same denominator, but the denominator is simply the name of the unit. Fifth is what we're calling the unit. So we're not adding fifths, keeping the fifths the same. So we're going to say 3, 6, 9, 12. All right, we can say 12/5. Another way to think about this is when we multiply 3/5 times 4. 4, if we want to get technical, can be viewed as a fraction, right? It can be viewed as 4 over 1, 4 wholes. When we multiply fractions, we just multiply straight across. 3 times 4 is 12, 5 times 1 is 5. Or if we wanted to, we literally could count the fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Either way you look at it, our answer is going to be 12/5.